The real estate barbell approach. Man, I was working with a guy the other day, a great guy. I work with so many great people, it's freaking awesome. Because it's self-selective. I let people know who the type of person I am, and they can say, yep, that's the kind of guy I want to talk to. Am I unshaved? Well, I guess I shaved last night. With my dogs and my t-shirt, or they say, no, I want to, and who's right-wing, conservative, and not afraid to let Jesus shine his love on us. Or somebody's, oh, I don't want that at all. I don't want some Bible thumper, whatever they think about us right-wingers. So that's good. So the people who choose to partake with my planning are self-selected, which is great. 100%, man. Same group preference. Anyway, so I'm working with this guy yesterday. He's built himself a little bit of a real estate empire. When I say, look, this isn't Donald Trump where he's leveraged to the hilt and it's not that. It's, but he's got good real estate, lots of equity. He still owes over 7 figures in debt, just over $1 million in debt. But he's got $5 million of rental real estate, man. $6 million, something like that. So even if the real estate market were to fall 50%, he would still have $2.5 million of equity and only $1 million of debt. And the debt is being paid for by his tenants. And his tenants are, let's just put it this way, he's got good tenants. He's not doing Section 8 property. Now, does that mean it can stay good tenants? Who knows? But I mean, just he charges a fair price. He doesn't jack it up, and it's a good. That's the way you got to do it, man. Look, I'm not involved in that stuff at all. I hate that. He I don't want to say enjoys it. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he gets a big kick out of it. It's such a great approach. But anyway, so he's accumulated a lot of cash, like $700,000 in cash. Now, just so to think about, $5 million in real estate, $700,000 in cash, maybe even more than that, maybe $1 million in cash. I can't remember. All right, so think about it. And this might be you. You might have, I don't know, $1 million in real estate and $300,000. Whatever. It's don't let the numbers say, oh my goodness, that doesn't apply to me. Well, it could. It could apply to you. All situations are distinct, and you just got to look at it in terms of where you are. Anyway, so his thing is like, look, I got all this cash, man. What do I do with it? And, he's not a scaredy cat investor, but, he likes tangible stuff that pay dividends. And that's what rental real estate is. It's tangible stuff that pays dividends. The yield to cost on real estate in terms of the rent that you're getting is remarkable, all top of the tax write-offs you get. I mean, look, it's a great investment. I was talking to this other guy about Fundrise, and I don't know how that works that well. I mean, I've done a video on Fundrise. I think it's interesting. At the end of the day, I'm not quite sure it's nearly as effective as just owning your own rental real estate. But with that said, when you own your own rental real estate, it's laborious. And anyway. But this guy, I'm like, look, dude, the yield you're getting relative to your cost and even relative to the fair market value, if you look at like a dividend stock, you couldn't shake a stick at that in terms of if you went to the broad market and bought dividend stocks. Not even close. Never mind the tax write-offs. Never mind the appreciation, the stability, and all this stuff. My nose itches. Oh, that's what it is, all the pollen out here. Look how fun. See, this is the thing about the Deep South, my friends. It is hot and humid, and when it's only in July, man, only June, it's only going to get worse. In the summertime, it's hot and humid. Anyway, so now he's sitting should I deploy some of the cash? I'm like, I wouldn't. Now, you can buy short-term stuff. I get a qualm with that. Even Ginnie Mae and stuff, but man, think about it. The barbell approach with rental real estate works just as well, too. So you got a couple things. You're getting the income off the rental real estate that's covering your debt. All right, now the market falls off a cliff, all right, for rental real estate, for just real estate generally, a la Miami, Nevada, Phoenix, 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Even Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about Charlotte, North Carolina, and Chicago, I don't know, but in Atlanta, Miami, Phoenix, Las Vegas got smoked. So now, let's just say your tenants are struggling and you're having a hard time, whatever reason. Well, you got that cash, to be able to pay those debts, first and foremost, all right? The cash will be able to support the debts. because you still have debts to pay. You still have outgoing cash flow to pay. It doesn't matter how much equity you have. You still have to service these debts. So in this case, this guy's leveraged, but he's not leveraged, to the hilt, man. He's not like Meet Kevin or one of these guys who are just, I'm just using that for example. I don't know what Meet Kevin's leverage is. I assume it's pretty high. I don't know. But, this guy got tons of equity. But, at the end of the day, equity doesn't put food on the table. Equity doesn't pay the bills. Only cash pays the bills, and cash puts food on the table. So let's just say he fell into a trap where a tenant let him high and dry, or he fell into a trap where the markets fell significantly and his tenants left him high and dry. Oh, this is what happened in 2007, 8, 9. He's got enough cash to service that debt, all right? Plus, on top of that, he's got enough cash to actually build up his empire, to find stuff that's selling on the cheap. He could deploy that cash to live on, to service his debt, and to find stuff that's selling at a steep discount from what is paying right now. I tell you, man, what a great strategy. It's like, that's why I say, like, cash and the barbell with Wellington or cash and Wellesley, it's the same concept, man. Come on, boys. Oh, no, we're not going over there. It's the same concept. You got cash to take care of things when the going gets tight, and you got your portfolio, in this case, real estate portfolio, to provide you income to grow with inflation, if nothing else, and to take care of things otherwise. And in this case, to take care of things to pay off to build his equity till he's living completely debt-free. And it will be probably 5 years. All his debt would be paid off from his tenants. Part 2 of this is, what's the likelihood that the renters all of a sudden are able to buy their own homes? Not high, because there's still such a significant lack of supply. The supply is growing, I grant you, but the supply is growing. You know what else is happening though? Is the demand is falling. So what that does, it does create a ceiling on prices. But that's, the difference between a ceiling and a freaking collapse, two completely different things. 2008, there's a collapse. It was a complete collapse. Now we're just having a leveling out of supply and demand. And all that's going to do is flatten out prices a little bit more. So they still could appreciate for sure. But that's not the same as a falling off the cliff of prices. So anyway, pretty interesting stuff, man. And again, I am not an expert in real estate. I'm too lazy, frankly. Hell, I just had to add coolant to my wife's car. I don't even like doing that crap. I'm just lazy. I like to read. I like to read and sit in the air conditioner, man. How did I survive infantry? I don't know. But I did, and I like to read, man. I like to sit inside, think, and I don't like to be out there changing freaking tires, never mind changing toilets, and doing all that crap. In fact, my wife has another job. I'm like, oh man, I got to move some stuff down to my daughter. She's moving into her apartment down in Atlanta. I'm like, I do it because I'm a good dad. I'm not into managing stuff, especially when people are ticking me off, because like, dude, you can figure out how to change the toilet thing, okay, but as it may, that's not a bad strategy at all. I'd love to hear thoughts. Thanks now.